Disney's annual Investor Day 2020 has just been and gone, and while many of us were expecting some exciting news from the panel, certainly no one expected just how much insanity Disney was about to drop on us. From movie and TV announcements to long hoped for confirmations and much more, Disney absolutely delivered in what was essentially a virtual D23 Expo. While I have done a number of videos diving more in depth into the biggest animation news from the day, in this video I'll go over every single incredible announcement, including some you may have missed, dropped on us from Disney and all of their subsidiaries, including Disney Live Action, Disney Animation, Disney Plus, Pixar, Marvel, and Lucasfilm. Before we get into this, don't forget to hit that like button down below. It does wonders in getting my content out there. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and the bell icon to keep up to date with all my content. First up, Disney made a number of interesting announcements about their direct-to-consumer media platforms, including Disney Plus and Hulu. It was revealed that Disney Plus is currently sitting at 86.8 million global subscribers, well and truly up from their expected 60 to 90 million predicted by 2024, with a brand new projection now forecasting 230 to 260 million subscribers by 2024. Launching in international markets will be Star, a the brand title fully integrated into the Disney Plus app, which will offer a wide array of general entertainment from the company's renowned television and film studios, including 18 plus content and more mature films from the Fox back catalogue, including Aliens, Die Hard, Kingsman, and Logan. Additionally, content from Disney Television Studios, FX, and 20th Century Studios will drop internationally as Star Originals. Star will come at an extra cost, but it is said will double Disney Plus's content catalogue. It will launch in Europe, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand on February 23, 2021, and roll out in Eastern Europe across Asia later in the year. In Latin America, Star will launch as a separate streaming service called Star Plus, and will be available either standalone or in a Disney Plus bundle. It will launch in June 2021 and offer local original productions and live sport. Content-wise, it was announced that over the next few years, Disney Plus will launch 10 Star Wars series, 10 Marvel series, 15 Disney Live Action, Disney Animation, and Pixar series, and 15 Disney Live Action, Disney Animation, and Pixar features. A number of exciting new series will also hit Hulu and Star, including comedy Only Murders in the Building, starring Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez, the true story of con artist Elizabeth Holmes, The Dropout, starring Kate McKinnon, harrowing true life drama Dope Sick, starring Michael Keaton, Peter Sarsgaard, and Rosario Dawson, and thriller Nine Perfect Strangers from David E. Kelley, starring Nicole Kidman and Melissa McCarthy. Additionally, a series based on the Alien film franchise will be produced for FX by Noah Hawley, the showrunner of Fargo and Legion. Now let's take a look at the many announcements made by the Disney Studios. Disney Television Studios will release a number of exclusive television series direct to Disney Plus in 2021. The Mighty Ducks Game Changers will be a sequel to the original film series, which continues the legacy of hockey's finest fouls. Emilio Estevez will return as Gordon Bombay, while Lauren Graham joins the cast. A small sizzle reel and preview was released. 1989 Touchstone Pictures classic Turner and Hooch will get a series reboot starring Josh Peck in the role originally embodied by Tom Hanks. John Stamos, Yvette Nicole Brown, and Jessalyn Gilsig will star in David E. Kelley's original drama Big Shot, set to be a celebration of girl power, set in the world of high school basketball. A trailer for this one was released too. And Tony Hale and Christian Schall will star in The Mysterious Benedict Society, based on Trenton Lee Stewart's best-selling mystery adventure young adult novel. A trailer for this was also released, though has yet to find itself uploaded online individually. Currently in development for Beyond 2021 is a live-action Beauty and the Beast spin-off series, which will expand the universe of the blockbuster film, and will star Luke Evans and Josh Gad as Gaston and LeFou respectively, and will feature brand new music from Disney legend legend Alan Menken. A series set to reimagine Walt Disney's 1960 classic Swiss Family Robinson is also in the works from Outlander and Battlestar Galactica creator Ron Moore, while Crazy Rich Asians' John M. Chu will lead a reboot of the Percy Jackson franchise. Likewise, a number of original movies from Walt Disney Studios Motion Pictures will head to Disney+, including Flora and Ulysses, following a cynical young comic book fan and her superpowered squirrel sidekick, based on Kate DiCamillo's novel, which will hit the streaming service on February 19, 2021. A sizzle reel was shown while a poster was also revealed. A reboot of Three Men and a Baby starring Zac Efron, a reimagining of Cheaper by the Dozen focusing on a multiracial blended family produced by Blackish producer Kenya Barris and starring Gabrielle Union, the long-rumoured Hocus Pocus 2, a third installment in the Sister Act franchise starring Whoopi Goldberg, the long-awaited sequel to Enchanted titled Disenchanted, which will return Amy Adams to the role of Giselle, 3 new sports biopics including Greek Freak about NBA star Giannis Antetokounmpo, and features about football coach Keenan Lowe and NBA star Chris Paul, and 3 animated projects, including a new Ice Age spin-off, The Adventures of Buck Wild, which will return Simon Pegg to the role of Buck, a new animated reimagining of Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and an animated take on Night at the Museum, produced by Sean Levy, the director of the original film trilogy. Furthermore, it was announced that the upcoming slate of Disney live-action remakes will additionally head to Disney+, many of which have been confirmed by Disney for the first time, including Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, based on the classic late 80s 90s series, which will star John Mulaney and Andy Samberg in the title roles. A title logo was revealed and an early animation test was screened, though not made available publicly. Pinocchio, directed by Robert Zemeckis and starring Tom Hanks as Geppetto. It was said Pinocchio will be brought to life using state-of-the-art CGI. A logo was debuted and a small sizzle of concept art was shown, giving us an idea of the film's visual look, as well as Peter Pan and Wendy, which was officially announced for the first time and will explore a new angle of the tale, with David Lowery at the helm and a cast that includes Yara Shahidi as Tinkerbell and Jude Law as Captain Hook. It was further revealed that other live-action remakes currently in production will be released to theatres, including The Little Mermaid, directed by Rob Marshall with music by Alan Menken and Lin-Manuel Miranda and starring Halle Bailey, Jonah Hauer-King, Awkwafina, Daveed Diggs, Jacob Tremblay, Melissa McCarthy, and Javier Bardem. The Lion King prequel of sorts, directed by Moonlight's Barry Jenkins, and Cruella, based on the 101 Dalmatian films set amongst the backdrop of 1970s punk rock London, starring Emma Stone as Estella, aka Cruella, alongside Emma Thompson as the Baroness. While a new logo was revealed and a sizzle reel debuted, the sizzle was not made available publicly. This one is due for release in 2021. From Walt Disney Animation, a new look at upcoming 59th animated feature film Raya and the Last Dragon was given, showcasing brand new characters and giving us our first proper look at Sisu the Water Dragon, portrayed by Awkwafina. It was also announced that while the film will hit cinemas on March 5, 2021, it will also be released to Disney Plus's Premier Access Video On Demand section day and date for the price of $29.99. Their 60th animated feature film Encanto was also officially announced finally, which will focus on a magical family who live in an equally magical home set amongst a charmed place born of its unique wonders, where life itself is wondrous. It will be directed by Zootopia's Byron Howard and Jared Bush, alongside Charisse Castro-Smith. Lin-Manuel Miranda will again lend his musical prowess to the film's songs. Perhaps more excitingly, the studio revealed that they will roll out their very first animated TV series between 2021 and 2023, which will debut on Disney+, including a slate of sequel series to their popular films. Baymax will focus on the nurse robot Baymax from Big Hero 6, where we will get to explore more of the city of San Francisco, while in each episode we meet a new character, a patient that Baymax can help. Zootopia Plus will be a tongue-in-cheek return to the world of Zootopia, focusing on lesser-known characters, Tiana will follow the adventures of the leading princess from Princess and the Frog in a long-form musical comedy where she will step into a role as princess of a land we have yet to visit, while Moana will also land her own long-form musical comedy series where she will be taken far beyond the reef. Additionally, they are currently developing Iwaju, based on the science fiction comic series published by Pan-African entertainment company Kugali, who will co-produce. A small piece of gorgeous concept art was also revealed. Pixar Animation Studios also announced a number of exciting productions, including their own first dive into television animation, with a number of projects set for Disney+. A sequel series set in the world of the Cars franchise, which will follow Lightning McQueen and Mater on a road trip across the country, an Up sequel series titled Doug Days, which will focus on the lives of Doug and Carl as they return from the dangers of South American jungles to the dangers of suburbia. A fully animated clip from the series, which will land in 2021, was released and seemingly confirms the return of Ed Asner to the role of Carl. And original series Win or Lose, following a co-ed middle school softball team in the week leading up to their championship game, with each 20-minute episode following the same week but from the perspective of a different character. Additionally, Pixar announced a new short series titled Pixar Popcorn, which will feature our favourite Pixar characters in all new bite-sized stories created by Pixar animators. Pixar also announced 2 new feature films, Turning Red, focused on May, a confident 13-year-old who's experiencing the excruciatingly awkwardness of being a teenager, who uncontrollably transforms into a giant red panda whenever she gets too excited. The film will be written and directed by Domi Shi, who directed the Academy Award-winning Pixar short Bow, and will release in 2022. And Lightyear, a film described as a science fiction adventure film unlike anything we've done before, and the definitive origin story of the original Buzz Lightyear, which reveals how the young test pilot became the space ranger we all know him to be today. The movie is set to be a movie within a movie and will act as the large blockbuster feature that the toy version of Buzz in the Toy Story films is based on in-universe. Taking the role of Buzz Lightyear will be the one and only Captain America himself, Chris Evans. A piece of concept art was revealed which shows the newly designed Buzz Lightyear in a somewhat MCU-inspired design. From Lucasfilm, a number of exciting new projects were revealed, including an enormous slate of new Disney Plus Star Wars series, including Rangers of the New Republic and Ahsoka, the latter of which will be a limited series focused on Ahsoka Tano as portrayed by Rosario Dawson in The Mandalorian. Both series are set in the Mandalorian timeline, and the 3 shows will eventually cross over in a climactic story event. Andor, following Diego Luna's Cassian Andor from Rogue One, was announced to be in early production in London, and a small sizzle reel was released publicly. Lando Calrissian will get his own event series, possibly returning Donald Glover to the role following his portrayal of the character in Solo: A Star Wars Story. The Acolyte, a series set in the final days of the High Republic era, about 100 years before A New Hope, described as a mystery thriller that will take us into a galaxy of shadowy secrets and emerging dark side powers. And more details were given on the upcoming Obi-Wan Kenobi series, which will see Hayden Christensen return as Darth Vader. The series will be set 10 years after Revenge of the Sith and feature the rematch of the century. And 3 animated series were also announced. Star Wars Visions, an original series of animated short films celebrating the Star Wars galaxy through the lens of the world's best Japanese anime creators. A Droid Story, an adventure series that will introduce us to a new hero guided by R2 and C-3PO on a secret mission known only to them, which will be produced in collaboration with Lucasfilm Animation and Lucasfilm's visual effects team, ILM. And Star Wars Clone Wars spin-off series The Bad Batch, whose first trailer was debuted. 2 new Star Wars theatrical films were also announced, including Rogue Squadron, which will introduce a new generation of starfighter pilots as they earn their wings and risk their lives in a boundary-pushing high-speed thrill ride, and will assumedly be in part based on the flight simulator arcade game series. It will be directed by Wonder Woman 1984 director Patty Jenkins, and a currently untitled Star Wars film directed by Taika Waititi. Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy noted, "His approach to Star Wars will be fresh, unexpected, and unique, and his enormous talent and sense of humour will ensure that audiences are in for an unforgettable ride." Lucasfilm also spoke about a number of non-Star Wars related properties currently in production, including a Willow sequel series heading to Disney+, which will be set decades after Ron Howard's 1988 movie, continuing the spirit of adventure, heroics, and humour of the original film, and will see the return of Warwick Davis in the title role, and will also be helmed by Crazy Rich Asians' John M. Chu, with filming beginning in Wales next month. Indiana Jones 5, which will head to cinemas in July 2022. While this has been previously announced, the instatement of James Mangold as director was finally announced officially. And Children of Blood and Bone, based on Tomi Adeyemi's best-selling novel, will join the roster as the only film based on a non-existing Lucasfilm IP, and will be co-produced by 20th Century Studios. It's described as a coming-of-age adventure, which follows a young African girl's quest to restore magic to her forsaken people, the Magi. And finally, the team at Marvel Studios dropped a number of bombshells, first debuting trailers for a number of their upcoming Disney Plus series, including WandaVision, which debuts on January 15, 2021, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which was announced to debut on March 19, 2021, Loki, which will debut in May of 2021 and was announced to co-star Owen Wilson and Richard E. Grant and has been described as a crime thriller, and the animated What If, which will debut in mid-2021 and focus on alternate reality takes on MCU stories. Meanwhile, casting announcements were made for previously announced series. Tatiana Maslany was confirmed as the lead in She-Hulk, and it was announced that Mark Ruffalo will return as Bruce Banner, aka the Hulk, and Tim Roth will return as the Abomination for the first time since 2008's The Incredible Hulk. Hailey Steinfeld was confirmed to portray Kate Bishop in the upcoming Hawkeye series after set pictures emerged earlier in the week, and newcomer Iman Vellani was announced as the lead in Ms. Marvel. A number of new Disney Plus series and specials were announced as well, including Secret Invasion, which will star Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury and Ben Mendelsohn as Skrull Talos, and focus on a sect of Skrulls who infiltrate every level of life on Earth. Ironheart, which will tell the tale of Riri Williams, portrayed by Dominique Thorne, a genius inventor who has the most advanced suit of armor since Iron Man's. Armor Wars, featuring Don Cheadle as James Rhodes, aka War Machine, which will explore Tony Stark's worst fear coming true: what happens when his tech falls into the wrong hands. The Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, which will see the Guardians in a Star Wars Holiday Special-esque short film written and directed by James Gunn, which will shoot during the filming of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And I Am Groot, a series of shorts featuring Baby Groot and several new unusual characters. Additionally, news was dropped about previously announced theatrical films. Captain Marvel 2 is not only set to return Brie Larson to the role of Carol Danvers, but will also see her joined by Vellani's Ms. Marvel and Teyonah Parris as the adult Monica Rambeau, who will first debut in WandaVision. Finally showing the full extent of the Marvel MCU film and TV crossovers. Black Panther 2 will be delayed to July 8, 2022, as it was announced that Chadwick Boseman will not be replaced in the role of T'Challa following his passing earlier this year, with Marvel President Kevin Feige saying the film will continue to explore the world of Wakanda and all of the rich and varied characters introduced in the first film. Christian Bale was confirmed to play villain Gore the God Butcher in Taika Waititi's Thor Love and Thunder. And 2 new films were additionally announced, including Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, the 3rd installment in the Ant-Man franchise directed by Peyton Reed, which will return Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly, Michael Douglas and Michelle Pfeiffer to their roles, while Catherine Newton will join the cast as Cassie Lang and Jonathan Majors will star as villain Kang the Conqueror. And a brand new Fantastic Four film, which will be directed by Spider-Man Homecoming and Far From Home director John Watts was also officially revealed. And with that, Disney's Investor Day came to an enormous end, and so shall this video. So much incredible content is coming our way, and it honestly feels so overwhelming just thinking about it all. So at that, I'm throwing it over to you. What are you most excited about from the Investor Day announcements, and what news are you not feeling so much? Fire away down in the comments below and let me know your thoughts. Hey everyone, if you haven't yet, smash that big old subscribe button up on your screen to keep up to date with all my content, and hit that like button down below. Also, don't forget to check me out on social media, and please consider supporting me over on Patreon for as little as $1 a month for exclusive videos, early access content, and to get your name up on the screen. Thanks again for watching.